Hey guys, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I'm here to share a process video on how I made this multi-slider card. And this is my entry into Carolyn, who is crafting with wine, her 300 subby challenge giveaway. She's asked folks to make an alter tag or an interactive card, and I saw this card design on Instagram from Amy, who is sharing new love. And once I saw a picture of it, I knew I wanted to try making it. So I decided to use this as a Diamond Dies design team project, and I use the Dienormous Stack'ems circle nesting die set, which has 20 circle dies, and I use the 10th and the 12th largest circles to make these little tracks for these little characters to fly around in. And I think it came out super cute. I used the Clearly Besotted stamp set that was gifted to me by my friend Dorothy Jewel. And I used the characters that looked like they could be in flight. If you are making a purchase at Diamond Dies, please consider using the coupon code Thanks Christina. On any orders of $35 or more, you get free shipping and 10% off. So I hope you enjoy this process video. Thanks so much for watching. So here I'm sketching out some clouds as a mask that I'm going to make. I'm just doing this out of plain white cardstock. It's just a scrap from my scrap box. And I'm trying to make sure that the kind of curves are nice and smooth. And I am using that as a mask with some Tim Holtz Distress ink in tumbled glass. And I'm trying to do light layers of color so that I don't end up with irregular streaks or marks. And I'm flipping the mask over for each of the layers of clouds that I'm going to do, because I think that variation makes it look more natural. And I'm doing 4 layers of these clouds, and all of this is being done on the card base. And I'm doing that because I'm going to be creating a card front with the same background, and I want them to be lined up. So here I'm lining up the card front with the card base, and I'm making little pencil marks where I would have to line up the mask. And I'm going to repeat the exact same process on the card front that I did on the card base. And the reason that I'm trying to do this so precisely, matching up the card base with the card front, is because the card front is going to be the piece that I'm going to be cutting out channels for my interactive little sliders. So I want the background or the card base to have the same background image so that there isn't kind of a jarring, blank area in all of those cut out channels. The backgrounds are not exactly matched perfectly because there's some variation on where I adhere the different pieces, but it's pretty well matched. I took the 10th and the 12th largest circle dies from the Diamond Dies Dienormous Stack'ems die set. And what's fabulous about this die set is that they have 20 dies in the set. So you can pick any number of combinations to make these tracks for the sliders. And I chose these 2 so that I could run them through and create kind of like almost like a figure 8 for the tracks, and so that the little superheroes that I'm going to be adding can run all over the front of the card. I colored up 3 of the little superheroes from the Clearly Besotted Caped Cutie stamp set. I picked the ones that I thought looked like they were in flight. And what I'm doing is I'm creating the little sliders. And how I'm doing that is by cutting out little circles. If I had picked bigger images, I could have probably used the smallest circle die, but I ended up just cutting these circles out with my scissors since they weren't going to be really visible. I didn't care if they were, kind of bumpy and chunky rather than perfect circles. And I'm putting 2 layers of double-sided foam adhesive between that image and those little circle pieces, and that creates the space for the little images to be able to slide around in the tracks. Here you just saw me cut off the excess because I didn't want the back circle to show beyond the little bunny's face. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other 2 images. Before taking the release paper off of the double stacked foam adhesive, I'm putting EK Tools powder along the edges so that it doesn't stick to the sides of the track. To create a big space for the track, to run along the track, and I'm putting that behind the little caped cutie. I'm cutting off the excess again. Sorry, I'm off camera here. I'm cutting off the excess of that backup circle. And now I'm going to be using double-sided foam adhesive to adhere the card front onto the card base. And you'll see in the corners, I tried to use up some of the space with more double-sided foam adhesive. I put those triangles in, but I left a little space all around the main opening because I need there to be enough space for that backup circle in the little images, those to be able to slide around without hitting the double-sided foam adhesive. And now for the inner circle pieces, I'm doing the same thing. I put double-sided foam adhesive kind of more toward the center of those moon or crescent shaped pieces. And I'm just trying to line it up with the background image on the card base. So you see I'm trying to line up the cloud images and I'm going to be sliding in each of the images, making sure that they fit, and doing it again with the bottom crescent piece. And it creates this kind of track for all the little slider characters to run around on. And now you can see how the little cuties fly around on this little card. I think it came out really cute, and I hope whoever receives this card from Carolyn enjoys it. I figured that this card is probably more appropriate for a kid or someone young at heart, so I'm just going to make this into a birthday card. I thought I would stamp out one of the sentiments into the lower right-hand corner of the card, just so that the card is ready to go when Carolyn decides she wants to use it. I hope you enjoyed this process video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful crafty day.